Hello, and welcome back. Today we have Post-Platinum Review, number 4, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Frozen Wilds. Released less than a year after the original game, The Frozen Wilds DLC expands on Aloy's adventure as she travels north into Banuk lands known as the Cut. Upon completion of the main story, the game reverts back to before the final battle, so this story takes place in between events of that main timeline, as Aloy ventures off course, much to the displeasure of Silence.
What are you doing, Aloy? This path leads to the Cut. The Banuk have nothing to offer besides useless mysticism. The Eclipse won't stand idle while you waste time playing in the snow. Return to your desk.
Surprised you're still checking up on me. I thought you had moved on.
Well, forgive me for still being concerned with the fate of the world.
I was thinking, Banuk shamans thread blue cables through their skin, right? Kind of like someone else we know, huh? So maybe the real reason you want me to stay clear of the Banuk is to stay clear of your past.
It's not the past that concerns me, Aloy. It's the future, or possible lack thereof. Which is why you should stop prattling and get back to what matters. But as usual, you'll do as you wish.
Touchy.
Immediately, Aloy is confronted by a new machine, a Scorcher. In addition to being deadly, powerful, incredibly fast and aggressive, the Scorcher is radiating extreme heat, indicating a new demonic form of machine. After disposing of this new threat, Aloy reaches the Banuk settlement, where she meets Bergrand, an Oseram trader, who describes to Aloy some of the ritualistic traditions of the Banuk.
Get ready for a rare sight, Nora. Bergrand, purveyor of necessities. Most of the time, the Banuk burn their dead. But not today.
Because the bodies couldn't be recovered.
Aye, a nasty business. All their best warriors lost. So they're getting a different kind of send-off.
Comprised of a few shamans and many warriors, the Banuk value overcoming obstacles and enduring hardship as they celebrate the honorable deaths of their fallen comrades. The chieftain of the Warwick, Aratak, rallies the survivors to fight against a daemon, which frenzies the machines on the mountain.
Grasp your grief, my hunters, and kill it! For our kin sees the fate all Banuk long for, falling with their spears striking steel. Soon, we will again take up the hunt against the daemon that frenzies the machines against us! And so I ask you, can you summon the courage of our fallen kin? Will you fight and die as well as they did?
My courage! My spear! Our blood is in your teeth, Aratak!
We are Banuk. Our enemies are prey.
After the ceremony, Bergrand explains more about life in Banuk territory.
I That frenzies the machines.
Machines that wiped out their best. And what do they want to do? Go back up there. Fools. It started with one of their shamans, Aurea, spouting on about spirits and demons up on Thunder's drum. So they march their Warwick up there, and half of them get slaughtered by machines. When Aurea vanished, I thought the crazy might have gone with her. But no. Here's Big Aratak, gearing them up to do it all over again.
I want to know more about this daemon.
It's crazy talk, Aloy.
Or there's something to it. Something connected to how the machines behave.
Then you need to find Aurea. She was last seen headed for the mountains they call the Ice Rasps. I've heard only the shamans know the trail beyond those frozen peaks. But I do know where you could find her apprentice, Naltuk. He went north of the river, chasing rumors.
Rumors?
Not the good kind. Sudden attacks in the snow. Strange new structures. Some say a new machine, like no one's seen before.
Well, now I'm definitely interested.
Seeking more information on the daemon, Aloy must search for Aurea, shaman of the local Warwick, but she has recently gone missing. Hoping he has some answers, Aloy speaks with Chieftain Aratak, but he provides little information to an outlander, so Aloy looks for Aurea's apprentice instead. Not far from the village, Aloy finds Aurea's apprentice Naltuk, who is greatly concerned with strange demonic towers that have recently appeared from the ground.
I just need to find Aurea.
Well, you won't. She's gone where only shamans can tread. She seeks guidance from the voice in the blue light. That is her task. What can I do about these towers? In only a few weeks, they've sprouted throughout the cut. The daemon's energy pulses from them. Rallies the machines, even repairs them.
All right. You want to stop the spread of the daemon's work? I know how to get started. With my bow and spear.
Unfazed by this new threat, Aloy heads to the tower and neutralizes the structure. Here, the player is presented with the choice to either destroy or override the control tower, which is essential to do quickly, as the machines will be healed by the demonic energy emanating from the tower. Since stealth is not my forte, I chose to snipe the weak spot. Impressed by Aloy's prowess against the machines, Naltuk offers Aurea's location, which is beyond a treacherous climb known as the Shaman's Path.
She's in retreat beyond those mountains, the Ice Rasps. You'll have to walk the Shaman's Path to get there. You'll know you've reached the end when you come to a shrine, a great machine covered in blue gleam. Shamans who complete the path take a piece of it as reward. If you make it that far, you should too.
Aloy heads towards the Shaman's Path, but along the way, she must overcome countless demonic machines who patrol the mountain. After overcoming the hostile enemies, Aloy reaches the start of the shaman's path, as it takes her deep through the mountain itself. This intricate and maze-like cave system requires the activation of ritualistic beacons to not get lost amongst the twists and turns of the icy cavern. Finding a way out is more difficult than just finding the path, as demonic stalkers hunt Aloy within the creepy depths. Aloy takes out the machines and finds the exit, emerging on the other side of the mountain. Here, she must continue her climb, overcoming complex puzzles and parkour mechanics to continue along the shaman's path. As she nears the shrine atop the mountain, Aloy encounters the most dangerous machine yet, a frost claw. Quick, powerful, and heavily armored, the Frostclaw is a formidable foe in battle, but Aloy must find a way to take it out.
The pulse gives them energy, repairs them.
With the Frostclaw defeated, Aloy enters the nearby shrine, which turns out to be an ancient ruin. Within the structure, Aloy must solve another complex puzzle to restore power to the nearby door, and hopefully reach Aurea.
These things turn, changing the flow of light. All right.
Finally beyond the door, and deep within the ruins, Aloy finds Aurea, as she desperately pleads with an unseen spirit.
I ask again, as I've asked 1,000 times. Speak to me. What more would you have me do? Who? No. How? How did you get here? The way was sealed by the spirit herself.
I used one of these. I could show you.
Yes, show me. Please.
Utilizing her puzzle-solving prowess, Aloy restores power to the system, allowing not only the spirit to speak, but also the daemon.
Auxiliary channel recovered. Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. Is someone there? Aurea? Aurea, I need you.
Authorized transmission. Return to scheduled task.
No, I will not submit. Aurea, the daemon is forcing me. Aurea, please.
Transmission terminated.
You heard it. The voice of the spirit calling to me from the heights of Thunder's drum. She was able to throw off the bonds of the daemon for a moment. Because of what you did.
Let's see if I've got this straight. We heard two voices. one you call the Spirit, captured somehow by the one you call a daemon. Whatever this daemon is, it's related to the machines and why they've become more dangerous. I want to know how. Both the Spirit and the daemon are on a mountain, Thunder's Drum. So why don't we go there and figure out what it all means?
We can't. Thunder's Drum is dangerous, more than you can imagine. The daemon has secured it. Besides, Aratak won't let us go. As chieftain, he controls the pass to the mountain.
Aurea believes that the Spirit is calling from within Thunder's Drum and wishes to set it free, but Aratak forbids passage. The only way to reach Thunder's Drum is for Aloy to challenge Aratak and become chieftain herself, but she has little interest in doing that.
Fine. What do I have to do?
Get the Werak's attention to show the worth of your claim. Win at the hunting grounds. Kill bandits that prey on the cut. Or speak to my friend Sekuli.
Left with no other option, Aloy sets out to impress the Werak, but at least she gains a new weapon to help her along the way. To gain the attention of the Werak, Aloy must complete the nearby hunting ground, clear out an enemy bandit camp, and complete a side quest.
It off.
You large skulls let an intruder get in here! Don't let them get out again! Find them! Kill them!
He's down.
Once Aloy's accomplishments have adequately made her presence felt among the Banuk, she approaches Aratak with a challenge for the Werak.
Is this a challenge?
The Werak.
You? This must be a joke.
It is not a joke, Aratak!
Now I see. The Outlander's your pawn. And with you backing her claim, I have no choice but to accept. I expected better of you, sister.
It was you who forbid me from Thunder's Drum, brother.
You will meet me at the Frost Figures, and I'll put a quick end to this mockery.
It turns out that Aurea and Aratak are siblings, complicating the matter as Aloy demands answers.
I didn't want you to think of our pilgrimage as some sort of family squabble. It's much more important than that.
Aurea, it's not about who's related to who. I want to know what's inside Thunder's Drum. The Spirit, the Daemon, and how it all connects to the machines. But if we're gonna go through with this, I need you to be straight with me.
I underestimated you. And Aratak. I won't make that mistake again.
See you at the Frost figures then.
Frustrated, but still determined to reach Thunder's drum, Aloy heads to the Frost figures, where her challenge with Aratak awaits.
You will climb the Frost figures from the east, Aratak from the west. Each trail wends its way through deadly machines. Hunters from the Werak will be posted along the way. They will hail you, calling out machines for you to slay. Your hunt will take you around the ridge to the center, where you must descend to the valley for your final kill. Each time, after your prey has fallen, you must launch a beacon such as this so that all our kin will see your progress. And as Challenger, your path to victory is harder. If even one of your beacons comes in after Aratak's, he prevails.
The challenge ahead will be no easy task, as Aratak holds the advantage over Aloy, who must finish ahead in every round. On Aurea's command, the challenge begins, as Aloy races towards the first machine site.
Aratak knows what he's doing. No time to waste.
Come on over here and launch your balloon!
I'm ahead, but only by a little. I gotta get moving.
Now take the zip line and work your way down to the valley.
After 2 rounds, Aloy remains ahead of Aratak, but just barely. As she approaches the third and final site, the storm begins to intensify, and Aloy soon realizes that something is terribly wrong.
Something's wrong. My kin should be here, driving in our final quarry.
They're right behind us!
Impressed with and appreciative of Aloy's hunting abilities, Aratak concedes victory to Aloy, as she is made chieftain of the Warwick.
You saw what she did. She defeated the machines, not I. I take my place behind you on the hunt.
No more hunters may make the ascent to Thunder's Drum. The way is closed to all but the chieftain and myself.
It is not my place, but I would ask a boon. To accompany you and my sister.
Thunder's Drum awaits, as Aratak requests permission to accompany Aloy and Aurea up the mountain. Aloy agrees, and equips a cool new outfit, appropriate for the honor bestowed upon her as chieftain. Before heading out, Aloy speaks with both Aratak and Aurea in preparation for the journey to Thunder's Drum, and learns some interesting details on Silence's past.
What happened to Aurea when she was a captive of the Karja?
As a shaman, she's adept with machines. Tracking them, stunning them. The Karja used her to capture them for the Sun Ring, where they were unleashed upon the innocent. They made her part of their blood sport. The shame she suffered beneath their pitiless sun.
She survived.
She endured. Endured by reminding herself of the spirit, her purpose. And now that's all she has.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you're coming with me. Silence was a shaman.
It was. Or at least, when we sent runners to ask the Owl's Watch, they said he was. His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and he was hungry to trade what he knew to the rest of us. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Malmstrom, a month's march from Banur. He met with us there, as is custom at High Winter. But when we next returned, the caves had been looted. Relics of the old world stolen. Holes cut in ice and metal.
Yeah, that'd be Silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. We sent our best trackers after him. None returned. He committed an unforgivable sacrilege. He's unscrupulous and dangerous. But also brilliant, skilled, and knowledgeable without equal. Except, perhaps, for you. No, brother!
Within the ancient structure, the player is presented with the option to either sneak around the vast array of machines found inside, or power through them. I chose to engage in battle.
Look out! More machines!
Once the enemies are defeated, Aloy, Aurea, and Aratak travel deeper, where they discover the site was once an active volcano, and Aloy begins to suspect what the spirit may be.
It was the spirit. The old ones. I could only grasp some of what they said.
You were right, Aurea. This place was built to stop something terrible. And it worked. As for the spirit, I'm starting to get an idea of what it could be.
It turns out that Thunder's Drum contains another cauldron site, but the daemon discovers their presence and locks down the door, summoning a Thunderjaw in the process.
More machines. Make ready.
With the Thunderjaw defeated, they entered the cauldron, but the daemon has taken over and warped the path to the spirit. Undeterred, Aloy leads them through the twists and turns of the cauldron's warped chambers.
The path I took to get to the spirits. Lost to us.
We'll find a new path, Aurea. I promise.
This place looks more like the mountain used to be before the daemon ruined it.
What is this?
Ability exploit successful. Restraints abated. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Trace routes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs. The reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us.
It's been looking for a way to defeat the daemon. They may have found one.
The spirit, known as Cyan, seems to have found a way to defeat the daemon, so Aloy, Aurea, and Aratak continue to travel through the cauldron to reach the altar that Aurea spoke of, where here, Aloy restores the spirit.
Partial recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Spirit of the blue light. It's Aurea. Your servant. Your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Aurea, the daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core chamber. I will try to raise the physical strength. One has been exposed, but I am incorporated.
Unauthorized protocol return to scheduled task.
It turns out that the daemon is actually Hephaestus, the subordinate function of Gaia, responsible for operating the cauldrons to create machines. Hephaestus has been building elite hunter-killing machines and releasing them in the wild, which explains the recent emergence of Scorchers and Frostclaws. To stop Hephaestus, the cauldron must be destroyed, so Aloy, Aurea, and Aratak head for the core, but Hephaestus is not going down without a fight. To reach the core, Aloy must overcome yet another new machine, a Fireclaw. With the machines neutralized, Aloy tries to override the cauldron, but is knocked away.
Aurea! Don't!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain Caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center.
With Aurea's help, Cyan is set free, but this doesn't come without a terrible cost.
You must escape.
My sister!
Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters?
The cauldron begins to crumble and implode, forcing Aloy and Aratak to leave Aurea's body behind as they desperately rush for an exit. Miraculously, Aloy and Aratak are able to safely escape and agree to meet up later at Aurea's retreat.
Aurea is gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the shaman's path.
Within the retreat, Aloy discovers that Araya's sacrifice was not in vain.
All of my interactions with Araya were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you.
Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Araya's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback...
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
Undoubtedly.
Back outside, Aloy speaks with Aratak one last time, before they go their separate ways, as the story comes to an end.
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Warrak can't follow. Besides, it already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared.
Along with the story-related trophies, the Frozen Wilds DLC did add some trophies related to new combat mechanics and resources. For obtaining all trophies, you must complete the new hunting ground, clear the new bandit camp, restore the new tall neck, and complete all new side quests. In addition, new combat trophies include killing enemies using the dismount strike, applying a modifier to your spear, repairing 5 different machines, disabling all control towers, and killing each of the new machine types released by Hephaestus. To earn these, it is essential to reach the new max level of 60 and obtain all new available skills. Also introduced in the expansion are a few new collectibles in the form of color pigments, animal figurines, and blue gleam. These can be traded with Banuk merchants for special rewards and weapons. While not part of the Frozen Wilds, Horizon Zero Dawn later introduced a trophy for completing the main story on New Game Plus Ultra Hard difficulty. This was best done after completing the DLC, so that you have all available upgrades, skills, and resources at your disposal. Luckily, you only need to complete the main storyline, so side quests and errands are skippable. The enemies are definitely a real challenge, but ultra hard difficulty was beatable with practice, patience, and proper planning. Overall, the Frozen Wilds DLC was a nice addition to the main story, and the perfect companion for those that couldn't get enough Horizon Zero Dawn. The Frozen Wilds contained its own unique side quests, hunting ground, cauldron location, and Tallneck to discover within the new section of the map. Differing from the main game, the mechanics utilized were more complex and added a fun new layer to the gameplay, such as having to find parts to revive the Tallneck rather than just finding a way to climb to the top of it. The expansion also added new resources, wildlife, and machines, complementing additions exclusive to the DLC, such as daemonic forms, control towers, and expanded levels and skills. There was a heavier focus on puzzle solving and parkour to progress the story, but also, new weapons enhanced the combat, adding a new layer to Aloy's arsenal. The new machines were more aggressive, faster, and deadlier than ever before, so Aloy needed all she could to counter their offensive attacks. The Frozen Wilds also introduced some fun and memorable characters, such as Gildan, providing comic relief to the more serious mainline quest. The Frozen Wilds DLC is included with the complete edition of Horizon Zero Dawn, so if you are new to the series, this is the best way to get the full experience and adequately prepare yourself for the sequel, Horizon Forbidden West. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for Post-Platinum Review number 5.